And I know I said I was going to go over all of the My Hero Academia arcs, but I decided to do something different. I think I want to continue with this, and it's not exactly different. I still want to go over an arc from My Hero Academia. It's just the style is going to be a little bit different. So, one of my favorite arcs from Naruto, of course, is the Chunin exams. It's like a classic anime slash manga arc. It's one of the best ever, I think, along with Sports Fest, which is also an incredible arc. And since they're both tournament arcs from my two different favorite anime series, I decided that I want to take the two different brackets, and I'm gonna like cross-examine them. So people from like the first fight from the Chunin exam is Sasuke versus Yoro. I forgot his name, but he's the person that can take people's chakra, and Deku fought against Shinso in the first one. So the next video I make should be Shinso against, I'll figure out his name, but the guy that can steal chakra. And, so I just decided to go with, Deku against Sasuke for the first one, because those are the first fights, and I think it would make a really interesting fight. And one other thing, I know that the Chunin exam doesn't have as many contenders, so I'm just gonna plug in people that didn't make it to the end, like, or, I don't know, or I might have to take out people from the end, cause, I guess I'll go with the preliminaries, but that means not everyone's gonna make it, so I'll take out, like, Sakura and Ino, cause they're... So, going into what Deku can do, I'd just like to add that Deku is just narratively at a very large disadvantage compared to where Sasuke is, because as these arcs both took place in relatively the same time as in the story as each other, but Deku just hasn't had as much experience with the type of power that he has during this arc, because he only gets 10 months training with All Might before he gets enrolled, and the Sports Fest happens like a month after he gets enrolled. So he doesn't really get to practice with his quirk that much. And for those 10 months that he was training, he didn't have the quirk. So at this point, his only attacks right now are just, he has to hurt himself. So what he's capable of is a finger flick where he can release 100% of his power at a time, but it will break his finger. And he's got 4 shots with that, and then he breaks all of his fingers. And then in the Sports Fest, he's able to, I guess, break them again, but he sustains permanent damage. So we're gonna say that he's gonna be able to do it, just sparingly. Or he can use one of his hands as like an all-out attack. And I think that these things could, if given the chance, could really do something to Sasuke. I think that Izuku is gonna have a really hard time catching Sasuke off guard with the Sharingan, and just how fast Sasuke is after copying Rock Lee's speed. But I think that if he was watching what he could do before, I think he'd figure out some sort of, maybe something, but no, I'm not exactly sure how that would go yet. But the next thing to do, I guess, would to go over what Sasuke can do. Now, going into what Sasuke's capable of doing, he's able to do a lot, like a lot. His Sharingan has matured to the point where he can use it to study people's attacks. I'm pretty sure he's not able to use his Sharingan Genjutsu yet. Like, his brother Itachi has Tsukuyomi, which is unblockable, but the typical Sharingan has a Genjutsu inside of it that people can use. That's what Sarada has been using in Boruto, but I don't think that Sasuke is able to do that. Now, he's obviously able to use Fire Style, and like every single variant of that, but it's all just basically shooting fire, where, as Nux Taku likes to say, fire does nothing in Shonen. Like, the one time it did anything in Naruto was when Asuma was using it against Hidan, and only then did it do anything when he was using it against himself. So, obviously we can't just rule out that, because we're not gonna just use fire as special effects, but it's something to keep in mind. Now, we can say it's comparable to lightning speed because he's able to use Chidori, which I should probably put up there too, but I'm lazy. He's able to use Chidori, and in order to do that, I think you have to be able to split lightning, which in the data books I think is implied that you have to go as fast as lightning. But even if it's not, I think that it's implied that Sasuke can go really fast, or at least is comparable to Kid Kakashi at this point. Now, before I reveal the results of what I think, or who I would think would win this, I just want everyone to take this with a little grain of salt. I'm a little kid making a shonen comparison battle, I guess, and all of this you can take however you want, but I'm just gonna lay out what I think would happen. Izuku, I think, is uncomparable or higher than, like, he thinks of better strategies than Uchiha or Sasuke. I think that it's not by much, but I do believe that he has the upper hand in that. However, in every other category, I think that Sasuke has the upper hand. I mean, it's at this point, it's just not fair to Deku because Deku has not had enough time to train, and I'm sure later on he will be able to grow stronger, but he just does no use of his quirk and no, like, anything other than destroying, like, his body. I think that if he could hit Sasuke, it would do something, but hitting him would be a problem. Now, you might not agree with me when I say that Sasuke at in the tuning exams is comparable to lightning speed, which it doesn't even have to be because he's, no matter what, he's so much faster than Deku. And let's give him the shadow of the doubt. Let's say that they're equal speed. Deku's thing is he can like flick really powerful wind, but I personally don't think that that's going to be good enough. And even going into chakra natures, I know that there are no chakra natures in My Hero Academia, and in the ending of the provisional licensing exam, the Wind Dude and Todoroki, their fire, when they used it, it canceled out. And Sasuke in the Naruto, when you use wind chakra and fire chakra together, it enhances the fire. So I'm not exactly sure how that would go in this, but yet again, let's just give it to Deku and say that if his wind thing that he uses when he, like, flicks the pressure, let's say that it would completely just push aside all of Sasuke's Fireball jutsus and Fire Phoenix jutsus. So I just don't see that Sasuke would be able that, and also Sasuke has taijutsu and a much better hand-to-hand combat than Deku. So honestly, I think that Sasuke takes this with little to no difficulty. So if you disagree with me, leave a dislike. If you agree with me, like and subscribe. Thank you. 羽ばたいたら戻らないと言って目指したのは